Hey, how y'all doing out there in YouTube land? This Stiletto coming at you from the Wild Wild West. Well, today I want to talk about 4-inch folders from Cold Steel, which ones are my favorites. As you can see, my table's loaded. I have a lot of 4-inch blade favorites from Cold Steel. Well, let's get this party started because we got a lot to go through today, and let's talk about them. These are my favorites. I know that they've made other 4-inch knives. There's a few other ones that they've made, but these are the ones I like the best and the ones that I would recommend the most. I want to start where it all started with me with Cold Steels. First start with the Voyagers. The Voyagers, well, the Tie Lights were the first ones I started with, but we're going to start off with the Voyagers. This is a Voyager Vaquero. This is one that I used to carry a lot back in the day. This was my first Voyager. And I got this one because of Lindsey Thompson. He liked the Vaquero blade with the serrations. This one is, I can't remember what it is. I think it's a VG1, if I'm not mistaken. I might be wrong. I can't see the markings too well. I think it's a VG1. This is the one I used to carry back in the day. Next up, now this one I bought after I got this one, but I'm going to put this one in front of it because it's an older model. But I bought this one as a collector, and it's a gun sight Voyager with the Tonto blade. And VG1 stainless steel Japan. These were just lockbacks, but the lockback on it was really strong, and they had Zytel handles without any kind of metal on the inside. And they're put together with rivets, so you can't take it apart. Same thing, exact same thing for this one. That's how they were originally made. And then they came out with my first Triad. This is my very first Triad folder right here. I carried the mess of it. It was my favorite knife for a long time. This is the Oz 8 hollow ground, saber ground hollow ground with the flat ground tip. This one had the full 6061 heat treated aluminum liners, just like they make them nowadays. This is made just like they make them nowadays, only this is the original one. Triad lock. This is when the Triad lock first came out. I got this when they first came out. Excellent knife. Now, at the same time, I bought this one. I bought that one. I also bought the clip blade because I got all 3 different blades. But my clip blade, I thought I still had it, but I don't have it anymore. I forgot I sold it to my buddy Redneck. Person I used to ride motorcycles with back in my clubbing days. He used it as a hunting knife. He liked to go deer hunting. This is the Vaquero, plain edge Vaquero. Oz 8. This one right here, this is the one that I carry nowadays. Got a little bit of something on the blade right there. This one's a user. Gets carried every day. It goes in my weapons pack, or my what do you call it, self-defense tool pack. I carry with me in my car all the time. This one right here, this is my newest one. It's the Barong blade. I love these blades. I think they're a very good multi-purpose blade. They're great for everything. Hunting, fishing, self-defense, food prep, whatever you need it for. This is an awesome blade shape. It's a high saber flat ground blade. Made the same way, 6061, fully lined with 6061 heat-treated aluminum liners. And Grivex handle scales. This one has the Japanese AUS 10A blade. Awesome blade. Awesome knife. Now we're going to get into some of the ones I've carried the most. And these two rows are the ones I carry the most. And we'll start off with my oldest Recon. This is my first Recon. As you can see, it's been totally polished. It was originally all black. It was a black knife. I didn't like the finish on it, so you know how I do. I polish things all the time. Excellent knife. I like to carry this one in my motorcycle jacket pocket. Oz 8 blade. Next one is one I carried a lot too. This was in my rotation drawer, I think the year before last. So it's about 3 years old. No, it might be a little bit older than 3 years old. It was when they were still making CTS-XHP ones. These have G10 handle scales, no liners. This one's CTS-XHP. Saber hollow ground with a flat ground tip. Excellent knife. It's got all my snaggletooth stuff on it. They got the ring and the snaggletooth. Highly recommend the snaggletooth stuff for the Recons. As you can see, I like it a lot. This next one up is my new one. It's from last year, but it's also my drawer this year because I tricked it out this year with the snaggletooth stuff. So I made it into the drawer this year too. Snaggletooth aluminum ring and aluminum snaggletooth. I like the aluminum snaggletooth parts. They make them in plastic too for the snaggletooth, but I tend to like the aluminum. I just like having real metal as much as possible. G10 handle scales. S35 VM blade. This one's an S35 VM blade and has the new markings as opposed to the old markings. This is another one that, actually this one should go before this one because I had this one first. But that's okay. That's okay. I was trying to put them in order, people. I'm sorry. But this one I tricked out this year too. And it's one of my older ones. This was a Canadian cold steel knife from the blade. I forget the name of the website. But it came from Canada. This one and the next one I'm going to show you. They're both my Canadian knives. And the reason why I went through trouble getting one from Canada, because this was the only way that at that time that you were able to get them without the black finish on them. This is S35VN. It's been all snaggletooth this year. I snaggletooth it this year. Next one up. I hear somebody trying to get in here. I was trying to keep her out this time because I have so much stuff on the table. But she wants to come, so I'm going to go let her in. People, hold on. I got to let Juno in. I got to let my little girl in. She wants to come be in the video. Okay, yeah, I know it's video time. Gotta let the boss in. She wants to come say hi to everybody. Yes, my girl. What you doing? All right. Anyway, where I was at, I was right here. This is live, people. This is live. This is my drop point. It's a Saber Ground drop point. I absolutely love this blade too. I think it's a really awesome blade. This one's good for, like doing cutting chores, slicing, and all that kind of stuff. Oh, and on this one I put deep carry pocket clips. Deep carry pocket clips, because that's one I carry to work, and I like to keep it a little bit more hidden. Same thing with this one. This one's another work knife, one I carry to work sometimes. My Cheetos Orange. That's right, Lucky. Cheetos Orange. I love it. I love it. I love it. Absolutely love it. I like the finish on this one. This one's one of the new ones that has a different finish as opposed to the older style, and the sharpening choil is different too. I don't know if you can notice that. Let me see if I can hold these so you guys can see them. But look at the sharpening choil and the finish. That's what's different on these. I like this the way they did this one better. I like this blade better. But I like the old ones too. I like the new finish a little bit better. It's more like the Spider Code DLC. It's a DLC finish, but it's a matte DLC finish instead of a glossy DLC finish. Next up are some of my most favorite knives to carry. My Tau Wars, my large Tau Wars. They stopped making these. Make these again, Cold Steel. These are awesome blades. This is the first one I ever bought. This is the Oz 8 version. It has a very high flat ground blade. I would just call it almost like a full flat ground. I'm going to call it a full flat ground. This one's it's not a super strong blade. I wouldn't use this for prying or anything, but it's an awesome slicer. It's great for food prep. It's good for hunting and fishing uses. It's an awesome blade. And self-defense. As you can see, it's been polished. You know how I do my favorite blades, always polish them. This is another model I wish they would bring back. They brought back the XLs and both the Tau War and the Holdout. And they even have the smallest version in this one, but I like the large version. The large version is one that I can legally carry in my area that's not too big and it's not too small. It's just like the right size. Absolutely love it. This is the first one I had when they first came out. It's been totally polished inside and out. These work best when you polish them because the blade is not super. It's not really like a super heavy blade. So it works best when it's polished. When the bushings are polished or the phosphorus bronze washers are polished. That's when it works the best. That's not a super fidgety knife. It's just really good. I like it because it conceals very nicely. Conceals either in your pocket if you want to carry in your pocket, or I like to carry it in my motorcycle vest pocket. Inside vest pocket. And this one or the extra large one, nobody even notices that you even have it because it doesn't imprint at all. Next up, what's up, sweetie? Ready to come say hi? See why I didn't have you out here already? Because I didn't want you jumping up on the table, kiddo. This is one that I swapped handles around with the next ones I showed you so I can make all black versions. Because Cold Steel never made an all black version of these. Which they should have done, in my opinion. This one's a DLC coded one. This one's CTS-XHP. The first one I showed you was Japanese Oz 8. Next up, I did the same thing with this one so I could have an all blacked out version. They should have made all blacked out versions of these too, but they didn't. This is a DLC, CTS-XHP. My favorite 4-inch blades from Cold Steel. Let's get busy, Cold Steel. Bring these back, Cold Steel. And this is my serrated version. And I do have this in the XL too. I have it with the green handles just like this one, it's just larger. Awesome serrated blade. This is an awesome blade to have serrated, in my opinion. If you're going to use it for a self-defense knife. Because with that Persian blade, with that constant curvature and the serrations, this thing's going to cut anything it touches. Awesome blade. And here's my serrated set. I have also an XL of these. With the OD green G10 handles. This one's CTS-XHP also. Now, for my my other ones I really like a lot. They have the Grivery handles and also have heat treated 6061 aluminum liners, or the large counterpoints. This is the one I used to carry all the time. You can tell it's been polished. Absolutely love the counterpoints. I love the counterpoints. Counterpoints are one of my favorite knives. That and the Voyagers are my two favorite ones with the Grivery handles. Well, actually, I like the 4Max, and I like this one too. I couldn't find my roll with the Grivery handle SR ones, but I bought that one out. That's the one that stays out all the time. This is one of my favorite knives. I carried the mess out of this knife back in the day. Absolutely loved it. It's a very nice weight too. All these knives are pretty much around 5 ounces, except for the heavy duty ones. This row over here is the heavy duty ones, but all these other knives are in between, I would say, 4.5 to 5.5 ounces, which is like the ideal weight for carrying to me. Okay, Juno's up on the table. Gotta get down, sweetie. Gotta get down today. Okay. Next one up. This is one that you can get now. This is Oz 10. Japanese AUS 10. Or is it? Oh, wait a minute. No, wait a minute. This one is... Okay, this is the Oz 8 one. I'm sorry, people. This is the Oz 8 one. It's probably, because I always get two, as you know. I got this one to use, and I got this one to collect. That's how I usually roll. I was thinking this was Oz 10 for some reason. Maybe I didn't get the Oz 10 version. This one's never been used. And this is another one that's never been used. I got this one just to collect. Why? Because it's a gun sight. Makes it collectible to me. And like I said, here's the original gun sight back in the day. Or the oldest gun sight I have. They might have made them older than this one too. But this was the Voyager. And the new one is the counterpoint. The large counterpoint. It has OD green Grivery handle scales. It's a beautiful looking knife. And a 50/50 blade. And this one's Oz 10A. Oz 10A. I absolutely love Oz 10A. To me, it's like VG10 or 154 CM. I think it's in that category of ingot steels. It's an excellent steel, if you ask me. For, a knife that's not, extremely expensive or whatever. Now we're going to get into the 4Maxes. These are the most heavy-duty knives from Cold Steel for folders, if you ask me. These are the king of the food chain, top of the food chain for heavy-duty folders from Cold Steel. This one has G10 handle scales. What color is that? I'm not sure. It's like I don't know. It's like a light. I don't know what color they call it. So I'm gonna let y'all decide. But it has titanium backspacer, titanium liners. I'm not sure if the pocket clip's titanium. I think the pocket clip's probably stainless steel because I know Andrew Dimko likes to use stainless steel pocket clips. And it has a 20 CV blade. I think these are 4.8 millimeters thick. They're really thick. That one's the USA version. This is the Italian version. And the fitment on these was a little bit better, but it's made the same way. Instead of having the off-white, I'm going to call it like an off-white or something like that, G10 scales, this one has gray G10 scales. But other than that, it's made exactly the same way. It's just that it's a little bit nicer. It has 20 CV blade. Next up is the one that I've actually carried and used. It goes in my bug out bag. Absolutely love it. This is one I swapped the handles on to make an all black one with the DLT Trading Special Edition. And I swapped the handles to make an all black one. And I ended up liking this one better. It's got Grivery handle skills, Grivery backspacer, Oz 10A blade. And if you ask me, I start wondering if these are stronger than the more expensive titanium versions, because steel is stronger than, you know, it has a higher tensile strength than titanium. So I sort of wonder about that, because with these liners, I wonder if they'd be stronger. This would be a stronger knife than one with the titanium liners. And I bet you Oz 10A is probably a little bit more durable than maybe 20 CV too. But this is my favorite one. I saw somebody saying that you get cut when you open and close these. You just got to put your finger for it. Put your finger for it. Get in the habit of doing this. Don't hold your finger back like that when you're closing it. Don't ever do that. That's how you will get bit. You need to put your finger forward. Put your finger forward. Don't be afraid of the blade. Can't be scared of the blade. If you're not scared of the blade won't hurt you. Come on down, sweetie. Come on. I don't want you moving the camera around. All right. Can't be afraid of the blade. But see, it won't cut you if you keep your finger for it. You gotta keep your finger for it. And this one is the newest edition. The one that Lucky gave me from snaggletoothmf.com. Customized by snaggletoothmf.com. And it has, I'm sorry people, I'm watching Jenna too. I have the camera set up on the table and she keeps wanting to jump on the table and then she moves the camera. I don't want her to do that. That's why I keep doing it. But I see you, sweetie. I see you. Everybody sees you. Everybody sees you. Mm-hmm. It's got the black stone wash and you had it professionally resharpened. The blade's resharpened after it was stone wash. And this has purple heartwood. Purple heartwood. Absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. With the Snaggletooth MF Snaggletooth on it. Beautiful knife. I know you can get up on the table if you want to. Mm-hmm. I know. You the boss. And last but not least, this is probably one of my favorite models for heavy duty folders from Cold Steel. It's the SR1. Why? Because it's lighter. This one's like 7.2 ounces, I want to say. We'll weigh them real quick. 7.2 ounces, I think that's what it is. But it's a lot lighter than carrying a 4 max. But I understand that they might be coming out with a 5 max. And if they do, you know that, I'm going to be all over that one. Let's weigh them real quick. Oh, I want to weigh one of these real quick too. Just to see what the weight is on this one, because one of these should be weighing 4.6 ounces. I don't know which one it is. 4.8 ounces. Okay, this is my lightest weight 4-inch blade Voyager. 4.8 ounces, people. 4.8 ounces. They've been saying that these weigh 4.8 and they weigh 5.2. The new Barong style blade. But this is the lightest weight one I have. I don't have the clip blade anymore because I sold it. I sort of wish I still had it so I could weigh that one. But this one is the one that's 4.8 ounces. And Cold Steel is notorious for using their old boxes for stuff, and that might be the reason why the weights are off on the boxes. But this one is 4.8 ounces. Okay, just out of curiosity, I want to compare the I'm gonna compare this one and this one. Actually, no, I should probably do a G10 one, huh? Well, this is the one I carry all the time, so let's do that one. Here we go, SR1. And this is the more expensive SR1 with the S35 VM blade. And it has not a hollow ground blade on this one. This one's a saber flat ground, both on the main part of the grind and the tip. Usually Cold Steel does a hollow ground, flat ground tip. Hollow ground main grind and flat ground tip with the saber grind. So this one's a real heavy duty blade if you ask me. 7.3 ounces. I thought it was 7.2. Close enough. 7.3 ounces. Okay, let's see what this one weighs. This other one that I carry all the time, this has a saber flat ground blade too, with a swedge on the top. 10.0. 10.0. Out of curiosity, let's see what the original one weighed. 10.1 ounces. 10.1 ounces. See what the Italian one was. See, it's 10.1 also. 10.2. The Italian one's 10.2. And the new one from Snaggletooth, I expect this one to be less weight. 9.6, because wood is a lot lighter than these other two materials. .6. That's getting down there where it's nicer. 9.6. But this one, the clip is a pocket shredder. It is a pocket shredder. Alright people, well that's it for this video. I just want to get this out there real quick, show you guys. I'm also going to do a video with my favorite 3.5 inch folders too from Cold Steel. But this is the first one of the series of those. Peace out. Stiletto.